Time to say the magic words. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Harry Potter quotes.
Can you tell me where I might find platform 9 3/4?
9 3/4? Think you're being funny, do ya?
Same.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we've gathered the best, most memorable, most important and most quotable lines from the Harry Potter film series. J.K. Rowling's original books are obviously full of fine moments, but we're sticking with the movies today.
Piss off.
Number 10. There's no such thing. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Uncle Vernon gets us started in a fit of rage after Dudley's brush with a Burmese python at the reptile house, and the blame falls firmly at the door of Harry's cupboard under the stairs. Unimpressed by his nephew's inability to explain, and incensed when Harry drops the M word, Dursley takes Potter by his hair, locks him up and snarls his now famous fallacy.
There's no such thing as magic.
No such thing, eh? We'll see about that. Number 9. You're a fool. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. The Dark Lord's rise and fall has thrown up countless quotable moments. Here, he feels he's at a high point, having recently returned, duelled with Dumbledore, and hacked into Harry's body.
You've lost, old man.
So, time for Voldermort to goad his rival in typically ominous fashion.
You're a fool, Harry Potter. And you will lose everything.
Of course, his prediction doesn't exactly pan out, and Harry's no one's fool, but it is difficult to imagine a turning of the tide here. Still, at least Riddle sticks around long enough for Fudge to believe he's real.
He's back.
Number 8. Troll. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Professor Quirrell will forever be remembered for bringing Voldemort back to Hogwarts, but before his treachery was revealed, he delivered this legendary line.
Troll! In the dungeon! Troll in the dungeon!
A scene subject to countless parodies, Quirrell's panicked warning starts a stampede in the Great Hall, and to think, you know who was right there all along.
Silence!
Had Dumbledore not called for silence, the Dark Lord's defence against the Dark Arts servant may have been squashed there and then. Number 7. People die every day. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. To one of the franchise's most famous speeches and Neville's long-awaited time to shine. Voldemort appears on the brink of victory with the Battle of Hogwarts smouldering in the background, and he's offering one final chance for his foes to switch allegiances. So, Neville steps forward, but do not doubt his loyalty.
And who might you be, young man?
Neville Longbottom.
There's just time for the Death Eaters to try and demean him before Longbottom launches a rousing call to arms.
Doesn't matter that Harry's gone.
Stand down, Neville.
People die every day.
Determined and defiant, it's enough to reawaken the dead.
They didn't die in vain.
Speaking of which... Number 6. Light and Darkness. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Sirius has seen his fair share of the harsher sides of life, so whenever he speaks, it's worth paying attention. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, he hit the heartstrings with one of the most famous mentions of Harry's mother's eyes.
I expect you're tired of hearing this. But you look so like your father. Except your eyes. Yeah,
My mother's eyes.
But it's this scene in the 5th film where he truly comes into his own. Having listened to Harry's mounting anxieties, Sirius smooths his fears with an enlightened assessment of the human character.
We've all got both light and dark inside of us. What matters is the part we choose to act on.
It's the perfect pep talk at exactly the right moment. Number 5. A Free Elf. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Another character who's had plenty of hardship, Dobby, is one of Harry's most devoted protectors, and never more so than in this scene. Harry and his friends are in a pretty tight spot, held prisoner at Malfoy Manor and surrounded by Death Eaters. Cue the heroic house elf with some powerful words.
Dobby has no master. Dobby is a free elf, and Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends.
Remember, Dobby's freedom is mostly down to Harry after the sock trick in Year 2.
Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free.
A lot has happened between then and now, but this is friendship at its finest, and the ultimate sacrifice. Number 4. Wingardium Leviosa, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Does Hermione's intelligence know no bounds? She's a mere first year in this scene, but that doesn't stop her from schooling Ron. The trio are trying their hand at a levitation charm, but the feathers are going nowhere. Ron's action is especially clumsy, and Hermione's quick to pick apart his pronunciation.
You're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
It's probably the best example of the pair's bickering, although there have been countless quips, and it makes for a defining moment in the first film.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. She's a nightmare, honestly. No wonder she hasn't got any friends.
Seamus soon breaks the tension though.
Leviosa.
Well done, dear.
Number 3. You're a Wizard, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Back to where it all began with Hagrid bursting in on Harry's birthday. At this point, the Dursleys have gone to desperate lengths to try and dodge Harry's magical heritage.
That's it! We're going away! Far away! Where they can't find us!
Daddy's gone mad, hasn't he?
But Hagrid's about to change everything. Before hand-delivering the Hogwarts acceptance letter which had so far eluded Harry, the Gentle Giant's big reveal is a standout moment in cinema in general, let alone the series.
You're a wizard, Harry.
And Harry's reaction is priceless.
I'm a what?
Number 2. Inside Your Head, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Where to start with this scene? It's poetry in motion, but we've plumped for Dumbledore's parting words of wisdom. He and Harry are strolling through an ethereal King's Cross, and Harry's trying to make sense of all that's happened. So, Dumbledore delivers line after line of unparalleled insight.
Is this all real? Or is it just happening inside my head?
Of course it's happening inside your head, Harry. Why should that mean that it's not real?
The Help at Hogwarts rethink is another memorable moment.
Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who deserve it.
But when Harry questions his reality, Dumbledore's response transcends the story itself. Why on earth, indeed? Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions.
She's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one.
But I am the chosen one.
Not my daughters, you bitch!
It is the quality of one's convictions that determines success, not the number of followers.
Who said that?
Me.
Number 1, always, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. We sign off with Snape and a pinnacle point for this ever-evolving character. He's the villain of the piece for much of the series and a teacher you definitely don't want to cross.
We were just...
You want to be careful. People will think you're up to something.
But then his true motives are thrown out into the open and all our hearts break at once. Snape quotes are often stacked with comic timing, but here, with his final memories, we get beneath his intimidating outer shell. And with a single word, he flips everything we thought we knew.
Really? After all this time? Always.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.